I was not even 18 when I was mistook for the mom of my brother. We were at a fair. I was carrying my brother in my arms. My stepfather was behind me and my mother right behind him. At first, it made me laugh because people judge so easily. And my mom was behind me. And my brother doesn't even look like me. He was blonde with blue eyes. But with some distance, I realized that it was not just people judging a young woman holding a child. I, as a person, started to disappear to become the third parent. And not just because I was carrying my brother. And I understood decades later that I was parentified. Because of that, I stopped living for almost 20 years. Hi, I'm Mylene, I'm 37 and I'm French and I have lived by myself forever. Welcome to my channel. I'll share the good, the bad and the ugly of my life choices, but mostly the good ones because I do love living by myself. So from the outside, you could never tell that I was the rock that everyone was holding on to, or the one holding the house together. Because parentification is silent, is subtle. It finds its way in very small things in the beginning. Then it becomes heavier until it's too late. It starts with simple tasks, like changing a diaper, or putting them to sleep, giving them bath, getting the bottle ready and feeding them. Then it's your fault when your sister falls off the couch while you were watching TV at 11 years old. Later, it's when you face the principal at school for bullying your brother. It's when you're the one they cry out for help when they lose themselves. It's when you want to protect them from their parents' toxic and messy behaviors and from going through what you've been through as a child, but it's out of your control. It's when their needs are more important than your own because it's already too late for you. It's when you stop needing care, attention, and love for yourself. When you've stopped crying for yourself, when you've stopped complaining for yourself, when you've stopped dreaming for yourself. It's when you realize that you've been robbed of yourself to become something you were too young and immature to become, and something you never asked to become. I wanted to be a sister, not the savior. The problem wasn't helping my parents. I was actually very happy to have siblings. I had been an only child for 11 years. So no, the problem was that helping became my entire identity. And here's what parentification taught me without me even realizing. Lesson 1, my needs come after everyone else's. Always. I must provide emotional support for everyone, but I don't have any for myself. Lesson 2, if I don't manage everything, everything collapses. So I must manage everything, and failure isn't an option. Lesson number 3, asking for help means I failed. It means I'm not strong enough, because if I'm not strong enough, who will be? I carried these lessons into adulthood, into romantic relationships, or should I say, into my choice of not being in a romantic relationship, into my friendship, where I was the therapist, the confidant, the fixer, into work, where I always did more than was asked for me, turning me into someone unable to receive help, to receive a compliment. And don't get me started on love. I've been giving away myself for so long that at some point I didn't even know what was left of me. Because I was the strong one, I was the reliable one, the one who didn't ask for help, so everyone thought that I was unshakable, that I could keep standing tall and proud, no matter what. But I couldn't. I knew I was running away from the truth. I know I didn't want to acknowledge that these years were gone, and I could never have them back. But I didn't want to see that I was wasting my time for others. I had destroyed myself for others, and that no one really asked how I was doing, how I was feeling, how I was holding on, until I hit a wall 10 years ago. Not a real one. And finally decided to put some distance and move to New Zealand. But it wasn't enough. Or should I say, what I had feared happened. Bad choices were made while I was away, and everything started collapsing. And this was only the beginning of my descent into hell. After that, it was getting worse. I tried really hard to hold down. One terrible situation after another one that I had to handle. Everything was slipping through my fingers until the point where I hit a wall. Still not a real wall. When I thought that the only things left were my friends, they also let me down. They also couldn't bear the weight of their own decision, leaving me alone to handle things, which I did with the very last pieces of me. Since then, I'm slowly learning to take care of myself, one step at a time. First, therapy. It's going pretty well, thank you. Then, independence. Because yes, at 37 years old, I'm back living with my mom. Because once again, I had to put myself and my dreams on the side to save the situation. But also because I believed in empty promises again. I believed in the fact that people could change when facing hard truth. But they do not. And I'm back again, sacrificing myself for my family. I have slowly learned to say no. I've learned to set boundaries. Not handling my parents' problems and emotions isn't selfishness. And it's not immaturity either. Because from what I've seen and experienced, I've been the one enduring, while they were not even questioning themselves on what they put us, me, through. And choosing not to have children, for me, is the logical next step on this path. I spent 20 years of my life taking care of others. I don't want to spend the next 20 years doing the same thing. It's not rejection. It's not bitterness. It's a fully conscious choice. I choose me, and I know it's not the same when it's your own child. Please, let me take care of my inner child. Let me be a woman, not a substitute mom. I've done it for 20 years already. So being the eldest daughter is one thing. Being the eldest parentified daughter is another thing. But being the parentified oldest sister of my 11 to 17 younger than me half sisters and brothers is something else. So today, I'm 37 and I'm learning to share my emotions and my story. I'm learning to receive. I'm learning to rest. I'm learning to say no. Being the eldest, the little mom, the responsible one, it built me. But I don't want it to define me anymore. And I think it's the most liberating things I've ever done. If this story resonates with you, if you grew up also being someone else's little mom, leave a comment. Tell me how you live with it today. Have you managed to let go? Or are you still carrying that weight? Subscribe if you want to walk this path with me. I post every week about living solo, choosing to be child-free, and everything no one ever told us about choosing ourselves. Thank you for watching this video, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye-bye!